Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. In my last video I talked about products that YouTubers made me buy that I loved. This one, we're going to talk about ones that did not work out so well. I do want to just say, just because these products didn't work out for me doesn't mean that these can't be like your all-time holy grail products. We're going to be going through all the reasons why these products just didn't work out for me, so let's jump into it. Now, I'm like the queen of returning foundations that I don't like, but for some reason I kept these two, so these are the only ones that I'm going to talk about in this video. The first is the YSL Touche Eclat Radiance Foundation, and the second is the Josie Maran Vibrancy Argan Oil Foundation. Both of these are just way too oily for my skin type. I have dry skin, but it's not like my skin is absorbing the oils from these, and then there's just no way to set these to make them look right. So I decided to mix these two foundations together. I don't particularly like the smell of either of these to begin with, but when I mixed them together it sounded like some weird chemical reaction was occurring, but I went with it anyways and put it on my face. Because these foundations are so oil-based, I find that it's hard to blend them out sometimes and they get a little streaky, and then they just show off like every single pore I have on my face. Both of these are just pretty expensive foundations, and you just can get better foundations elsewhere for that money. Now I know this is going to be controversial, but I hate the Tarte Shape Tape. This was such a hyped up product that I literally went out and bought two, one for the summer and one for the winter, and I just don't ever use them. They're too dry underneath my eye. That's why they set, is because they're so drying, but it just makes every single wrinkle that I have stand out, and I don't know. I prefer a much creamier formula and then to have to go over with a setting powder if I have to. I didn't have any contour products to talk about, so I just went ahead and did that with something that I enjoy using. So let's talk about this Anastasia Glow Kit. These were so hyped up when they first came out. Everyone was recommending getting them. They are atrocious if you compare them to other highlights. They're not buttery in the slightest. They just kind of sit on top of your skin and like show off every single hair that you might have on your face or anything. My biggest issue is with this bronzing shade. It is just so red toned that it just can't possibly look good on anyone with a yellow undertone, cool undertones. It's just, plus it's way overly pigmented for a bronzer. Again, there are just way better products out there, so I just never use this palette. But for the actual highlight, this takes the cake as the worst highlight in my collection. It's a Jeffree Star Manny MUA Skin Frost and Eclipse. It is just such a weird formula. It almost is like it has like a waxy top coat, and so when you do a swipe of it, it's all broken up. So from afar, that's what really sold me on it, was how beautiful and blinding the swatch looks. But when you get up close, it's a weird texture that just doesn't agree with my skin type, I guess. I don't know. It's just such a weird thing and kind of a huge letdown when I got it. Okay, so Tarte was talking about Burt's Bees. I think she did a whole review on the Burt's Bees line, and I'm pretty sure what she said that was the blushes are the best thing from that line, which makes me just so confused about how all the other products must be, because this is the worst blush. You literally have to just tap, or you get way too much pigment. For brows, I pretty much always stick to Anastasia Brow Wiz, but I invested in this Gimme brow when I was first getting into makeup, and I just don't understand it. It's like a tint, but it doesn't have any holding power. I don't know, it just doesn't do anything for me, and so I'm very unimpressed. Alright, so this isn't a product that I don't necessarily not like. It's just my least used palette. This is Kim Kardashian's makeup artist's collaboration with Anastasia Beverly Hills. If I could have anyone in the world do my makeup, it would be Mario. Like, that would make my entire life. And there's really nothing wrong with like the quality of these shadows. I was just kind of let down by the diversity, I guess, within the palette. I was honestly probably one of the first people to buy this palette. Like, I was waiting on the website for the second that it launched. And I don't know, once I got it, I was just a little bit disappointed. I feel like every time I use it, I just create this same exact look that I'm creating. And I don't know, it's just not a very inspiring palette. Then we have the Pat McGrath dual-ended eye marker. This was a huge letdown. The pigment of this marker is really amazing. It's very, very black, which is definitely something I look for, but look at the tip. The tip of this pen is like impossible to work with. It's just too flimsy. You need something that's a little bit more sturdy when you're trying to get a good wing. It's useful for like bold graphic eyeliner looks, but otherwise for just like an everyday wing, I don't really ever use this. Then we have this Big Shot Colossal whatever mascara. It is awful. It's just not black. I think that's my biggest problem with it. And then it's so waterproof that it's like impossible to get off. I'll scrub at it with like makeup remover and it's awful. So I put mascara on before this and then covered my lashes in it because I don't like it. Then we have the lip palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. There's nothing necessarily wrong with any of these lipsticks. They just don't have great staying power and I just don't use them. When this launched, I was like, oh my god, this is just the greatest idea in the entire world. And I don't know, I just never started using it once I bought it. Finally, we have this Pat McGrath Labs Cyber Eye Gloss. This was so amped up within the Dark Star kit. I was so excited to get this kit, specifically because they said that this eye gloss was going to be so easy to wear on the eyes. I don't know, that was just a lie. Like it's not a wearable thing. I thought it was going to dry down. I know that might have been a stupid idea to have to begin with, but I don't know, it's a beautiful lip gloss, so that's what I pretty much use it for now. Alright, so this is the final look. Even though I hate most of these products, the look didn't actually come out that bad in the end. If you guys haven't subscribed already, please do give this video a big old thumbs up, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!